What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. And in this week's video, guys, I'm going to go ahead and share with you some of the analysis that we did, that we shared today during our trade room sessions this morning during the US session. So I hope you enjoy it and you get something out of it when we talk about specifically the dollar index and how it can affect the other USD pairs along with gold as well. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed, and without further ado, let's get this started. You see what's happening here? You see how it's starting to basically, it was starting to do this, right, to go back down again. Then it didn't do that. It just started to go back up.
Yeah.
So that movement of going back up is what's causing all of these USD pairs to now go down. Do you get what I'm saying? This is a daily chart. So this is what started this. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you look at all the USD pairs, they're all going basically the USD strong. You know what I mean? Even especially gold. Do you see that? So because of this behavior, you can see basically the effect that it has on the other currencies. You get what I'm saying? So until this shit right here stops going up, the other USD pairs, they're just gonna follow. That's all it's gonna do. It's just basically gonna follow it. Now, when you look at it though, so if you look at these pairs, so like Euro USD for example, and you start looking at the structure that it had right here, that I was stuck in for a while. And keep in mind, this is, again, the daily chart, right? So this was stuck in it from July to September. That's, a good 2 months, right? Of consolidation, basically, between a range. And granted, the range is huge, right? This range is big. It's not like a small range or anything like that. It's about 200 pip range. But now that this dollar index, right, you can see it's moving outside of its normal range and now moving up, it's causing these pairs now to start moving and the USD to be strong, right? So essentially what's going to happen, or what can you expect from this? Well, if these lows basically are all broken on these pairs, look is there anything here to stop it?
Nothing at all.
You know what I mean? There's nothing there to stop price. Look back, and this is on a daily. Look back. There's nothing at all. Do you see that? There's literally nothing from here all the way over. Look, nothing. There's absolutely nothing there. So let's take a look at other stuff, like let's say the 800 EMA, or I'm sorry, the 50 here. So this right here is, so this is the 50 here on the daily, right? So we're trading below that right now. So now that we're trading below it, you pretty much have a clear path for the most part to get to the rest of the EMAs. So the 200 and the 800. You see that? Is this going to go straight down? No. But it should eventually, over time, right, go down and meet up with these. So if you look back at the dollar index, right, it's kind of the same thing. It's just clearing the 50. And you can see there's nothing there until you get up here, which is basically where the 200 and the 800 is. You see that? So because of that, when you start looking at all these pairs, you can start seeing basically where they're starting to move in one direction, move in that trend. And basically now you can start to pick off where these might start to, you know, basically have stops at. Do you get what I'm saying? So you're looking at, you know, somewhere here, somewhere here, somewhere here. So price basically slowly working its way here, consolidating, staying there for I don't know how long, and then maybe moving back down. If it does move past this, next stop is going to be somewhere down here where this line is. May consolidate there. Same thing. If it gets past this and wants to go lower, then that's where it'll go. Does that make sense? I mean, same thing, Alan. Same thing with gold, man. If this right here, the 1865, what do you think is going to happen today if 1865 is going to gets basically taken out? You know, which is basically this low here. And the only reason I'm bringing up this low is because what happened before previously is price went all the way down, spiked the 50 at that time, and then came right back up and retraced. Right? So you have to respect that there's a level there that price will get to. So the question is, on gold specifically, because it's different than the currency pairs, right? In the sense that it's a commodity and it can definitely change direction quickly, is the fact of if it gets down here again, right? Is it going to come back down, basically do this? If it doesn't do that and it gets past this, I mean, now you're looking at basically a straight path to the 200. And basically that would tie in to where price structure is on that, which is 1750, 1725, 1700. So everything really on gold, to keep it real simple, is dependent on whether or not 1865 is broken or not. Because the first area that I had pointed out to you guys was this right here. The 1920 to 1900 area, which is basically that same zone from back here. From back here. Remember, this was the highest it has ever been before it got broken a couple months ago. This was not the 1920 to 1900, which was from the top of this candle all the way down to the bottom where the body is. Remember that? That was that particular area right here. Now, looking at it now, look where it's going. Broke through that, and now it's trying to get to 1865. You have to ask yourself, are they doing this basically to collect as many sellers as possible, tag it, and then do that? If that 1865 level doesn't hold, then you already know where the next stop is, basically. It's like 1760, 1750 area, somewhere around there. So if you look where structure is here, the last time it had any kind of structure was here, and it was only there for a couple of days. And then the major structure is down here, that same area, 1750, 40s. I mean, don't get me wrong. Look, you had a type 2, type 1 right here during London, right? So I mean, the patterns are still appearing. Yesterday you had a type 3 in the US session. Do you see this? Look, yesterday you had a type 3 here. You had a type 1 in London. And go over to the middle of the range. And then you had a type 3 in the US session. So the patterns are still there. You had a type 2 here in London. Do you see that? First leg, this is a trade out of the edge. This is on Monday. This one really didn't give you a nice continuation trade, and that was like tradable, right? Because of how it was just basically ranging at the bottom. So you didn't get that retracement back up to the 50 and then it moved down. You just kind of got sideways and then it just dropped. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed that little small clip of our trade room that we had this morning during the US session. I hope you got something out of it. Guys, if you need any more help, we have the last class of the year. We're not doing any more classes. So last class of the year, links are in the description. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much and have a great rest of your trading week.